Thanks for tuning in to The Ordinary Filmmaker. I'm outside today because I've been up most of the night trying to capture Saturn and Jupiter. And sadly, because of so many things which I'm not going to get into here, things didn't go well. So I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and I've got nothing to show for it. But that's the complete opposite of what this video is about. I have a lot to show for this night challenge. 20 solid entries and 6 finalists, which were very difficult to pick. In fact, initially there were going to be 5 finalists, but I had such difficulty deciding on the 5 that I extended it to 6. So I'm really excited by each of these videos. Each of these videos to me is a clear winner. They speak to me on many different levels. And the first video by Giancarlo, a very well done, emotional documentary, cinematic with an incredible consistent tone. Very well put together. Shot in 10-bit, shot in 4K, it looks beautiful and it conveys a message. It reminds me of the blackout of 2003 that shut down much of the northeastern United States and central Canada. So to me, there's that emotional pull to that event, and to know what it feels like to be without power, without that fear that you can't go very far from home because, well, you don't know what you're going to get into. So whether you don't have electricity or whether you don't have gasoline, both are pause for thought. So very well done. S. Brendan, breathtaking time-lapse. A great montage of not just nighttime time-lapses outdoors, but you captured the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights. And this takes me back to when I was 20. And that year, it was incredible because normally we don't get the Northern Lights this far south, but they lit up the entire sky. It was just unbelievable. And so this video kind of takes me back to that. But the way you've shot them, you know, this could be the beginning of one of David Attenborough's movies. This is professional, well done. So thank you very much for this. And I'm sure everyone's enjoyed your video as well. And of course, One Shot Filmmaker, who won the Spring Challenge, a solid entry here, the only one to really jump in headfirst into the horror genre. And I like how it started out. It started out very, you know, everything's fine. The color, the tone, everything is saying this is just a normal day, but then it flips. And you know something's wrong, and you know something is definitely not right. And I hate the way you ended it, but it's perfect. I don't think you could have ended it any other way. You could have ended it with a joke or some humor, but you set us up for the next chapter. So I hope you do continue this. I don't know what you're going to do with it, but yeah, really solid entry as well. And of course, Alejandro, you're one of the first ones to submit your video, and this spoke to me really well. You pulled me in. I think one of the things that captured me the most right away was your tone, your voice. It was the right tone. It was perfect for the video. The cinematic shots, the close-ups. And the one scene that really kind of grabbed me is when they're in the office setting and it's a beautiful pan. The color's perfect too. And it just seems like people are working away, you know, you're seeing into the world, but then what isn't supposed to happen? They're not supposed to see us. And the one girl turns and looks directly into the camera, piercing through the lens and right to me. And I thought that was brilliant. In fact, I had to go back because I was kind of jarred by that, but a terrific video. And of course, Jonathan, your imposter video, that still speaks to me. And I think that should be a video that every ordinary filmmaker watches, because I think we all have felt that way. And I still feel that way today. I've got Jordan Drake of DP Review. They've got over 300,000 subscribers, have been doing this for years. He's a much more talented person than me. And when I'm working with him, as I am in this video, I'm the one who feels like an imposter. Like, who's kidding who here? What am I doing this for? I'm just an ordinary filmmaker. So very well done. Everyone should watch this. And the one thing that spoke to me about your video is how you said, you know, I never thought I'd be doing something like this. I didn't think I was capable of this. But then we see the beautiful cinematic video and the message. So very, very well done. And of course, the last entry is by Popcorn. And I love this sort of M. Night Shyamalan approach where it builds and builds and builds, and you've got this central theme, central message, and then all of a sudden it's flipped on its head. And I think that's very, very powerful. The fact that you shot, storyboard, edited, all of this, did it in 24 hours, that's truly impressive. You've got incredible talent. But now it's time to find out the winner without much more ado. So what I want to do is hand it over to Jordan Drake of DP Review. Jordan, who's the winner?
Hey everyone, it's Jordan Drake from DP Review TV here to let you know my favorite of the selections. And this was a really difficult choice for me because I had two that were really wrestling in my mind for what was the best film of the contest. And they're both different types of films. And we've got a documentary from Giancarlo where the gas runs out that I thought was just really beautiful tonally, and in a situation where you'd think you could only get a couple of angles, he chose some really interesting ones. And I love how you can just keep seeing the scene get larger and larger. You know, you see a few people at the gas station, but then when you pull wide and you see the huge lineups, just very well structured. With the tiny exception that I wish the last shot of the film was going back to that gas pump. It's the second last shot, but I think that would have all brought it home for me. But my pick for best film in the contest went to the short film from One Shot Films. Now, it's all indoor. Originally, the contest was supposed to be all outdoor, but he got an exception from Simon. So as long as they're all playing on equal footing, I was so impressed with the amount of work that went into this. I know how much effort goes into making a short film. I thought there were some really creative choices of angles that were used, and some of the framing was very interesting on it. But I'm always looking for things to nitpick, so I do have to mention when we're walking past the large RGB lighting display, go through all your shutter speeds and try and find one that's not going to flicker, or just use a very slow shutter speed in those situations. Would have gotten away from that. And we can see the aperture RGB lights in a couple of the shots. That's something I would definitely avoid in the future. But just for the amount of work that went into this and creating a compelling short film in such short notice, I have to give first place to One Shot Films entry. So enjoy your gimbal.
Thanks a lot, Jordan, for coming on The Ordinary Filmmaker to help me pick a winner when I just couldn't. So congratulations to One Shot Filmmaker on your consecutive win. You won the Spring Challenge, and here you've won the Night Challenge. You've been up against some really good competition here. Just a really incredible video, very well done. So thank you very much, and thank you to each and every one of you for coming on The Ordinary Filmmaker with your entry. So just to recap, your prizes, the hats should be going out this week. I'm going to be in touch with Creator Stack later today to make sure you get those hats go out. Because you've registered your video through the Creator Stack site, they have a lot of your information. They will be in touch with you to get those hats out to you. And One Shot, I'm going to be in touch with you because I have the Zhiyun Weebill-S here. I haven't opened the box, and we need to get that out to you. So we've got multiple shipping options because apparently you're pretty close to me. We could do a curbside pickup. We could do, I could use Canada Post expedited service. So let's connect on Facebook and see about getting that out to you. But again, guys, I'm truly humbled by the effort that you put into this. I think any one of you could host your own channel like I am. It doesn't take an awful lot of talent to do this. It takes an awful lot of work and dedication. And if you do have that talent, if you do have that ability to offer something different, you can be very, very successful as a channel or as a real filmmaker. Just incredible talent that you guys have. So thank you very much. I'm very humbled. And again, I'm humbled to Jordan Drake that I reached out to him, asked him if he would be interested in doing this. And you know, it's really much appreciated. And you guys might see, well, he only took about 1 minute and 47 seconds or whatever it was for this segment. But to actually do that takes a whole lot more than 1 minute and 47 seconds for him to take time out of his very, very busy day, because he has a lot of work to do on DP Review with his friend Chris. So to take time out, I do very much appreciate that. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember, if you subscribe, and if you already are a subscriber, you have a chance of winning 2 Angelbird 128GB AV Pro MK2 V90 SD cards, along with an Angelbird dual UHS-2 SD card reader. Or you could also win, what am I doing with my hands here? Okay, put my hands down. Or you could also win a Ulanzi LED light package with accent lights, an underwater light, and various other flat panel lights that you can use for lighting your subject. Or this is also a pretty good starter kit for someone starting their own channel. And one last thing, if you do want to help support the channel, you could also I've lost my words. See, this is what happens when you don't get enough sleep. What I'm trying to say is if you want to help support the channel and you're looking at buying any camera gear and you purchase from B&H or Amazon, Amazon UK or US, well, consider using my links down below because I get a small 2% fee for every purchase, and that goes back into supporting the channel. Or you could buy one of these Ordinary Filmmaker baseball caps for $34.99 at ordinaryfilmmaker.com. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.